Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Landis, founder and CEO of Urban Youth Collaborative. When you hear me say the words Jesus and public schools, if you're like most Americans, you probably imagine a vast chasm that principals and pastors aren't sure how to get across. But I've got good news. Over the last 13 years, UYC has watched God build eternal and legal bridges between churches and schools, and we believe this strategy is the ticket that's going to transform the next generation. Here's how it works. When courageous student leaders start a faith club at their middle or high school, they're legally allowed to invite friends to the meeting, and they can also invite youth pastors and people of faith as guests who support them as they share physical and spiritual food with their peers during lunch or after school.
It's so important to do Bible Club because this is a time where so many teens are deciding whether they should follow God or not, whether they should live for God. They just don't have the community, they don't think it's popular, and us creating this community for them, that it's not weird or just unpopular, but that there's a community of people that want to see you grow, want to see you live out the purpose that God has given you. So that's why it's so important.
Actually, it's quite simple. It's where the students are, right? And as much as I'd like to think it's this newfound idea and this brilliant idea, but if we want to reach students with the gospel, if we want to proclaim the good news to students and for them to see the transformative power, we have to go to the places that they are. And if I think about the average day of a middle schooler or a high schooler, they're on campus 8 hours a day, and that's Monday through Friday. So in order to reach students, we have to go to the places that they are all the time.
When meetings are student-led, happen during non-instructional time, and they're voluntary for kids to attend, these gatherings are not only legal, but they cannot be stopped if administrators allow any other club to exist on the same campus.
I think like a lot of people, I thought it was illegal, like you can't go on campus and they're gonna kick you off, and there's a ton of things in place, and actually schools are hungry to have people investing in their students. And so I think if anyone's thinking like, oh, we can't do that, or I don't know if I have capacity, it's just so worth it, and it's so much easier than you think at times. Just give it a shot, and that's what, again, I love about UYC is their willingness to partner and help make it happen.
Using this proven strategy, student leaders that UYC supports reach thousands of their peers every week at over 100 schools in Southern California, Mexico, and now on the East Coast. We are asking God to expand our influence at even more places during the new year.
One of the clubs that I'm involved with as an employee at UYC is CVLCC, Chula Vista Charter High School, and I'm really excited to see how the students develop their leadership skills, but most importantly, how they get closer to God in order to then bring in the kids at the club closer to God as well, and how they will be able to connect the kids at the high school to churches, to local churches around Chula Vista.
Knowing the right doors to knock on and which keys work allows UYC to connect churches and equip them to engage with the next generation in practical ways.
This situation that we're in right now has left so many people hopeless and fearful. But God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind.
After nearly 2 years of being faithful online and outside in ministry, UYC is excited to once again return to campus and support student leaders in person.
We're just excited to see the kids' faces, and not only that, but to create a community of kids where they feel safe and just accepted and loved, and we're just amazed by all the things that God is going to do, and we're excited.
There's something powerful and spiritual about being together again. That's why God put on flesh and blood in the person of Jesus and moved into our neighborhood. Student-led faith clubs, chaplaincy with sports teams, discipleship, community service projects, and other initiatives are firing on all cylinders through vibrant on-campus ministry.
And it is so exciting to be back on campus and getting in the middle and the mix of the students' lives and seeing them around, and so really excited to be making those connections again.
With over 50 million students attending America's public schools, we believe that now is the time for the church to answer the call by going after lost kids that he loves so much. If we are going to reach the next generation with the gospel at this key moment in U.S. history, We can no longer afford to wait for young people to come to us.
There was one time, it was spewing out the room. Like, that's how many people came. Maybe it was for the pizza, but hey, we were able to deliver the message to everybody, and everybody stayed the whole time. So I'll say that's probably the best time that I've had here, seeing all the people here and come get the word, even if they weren't Christian.
To empower and equip more workers for engagement in the harvest fields, UYC has just launched 3 MASTERCLASS training courses for church leaders, student leaders, and adults who care. Our virtual training program and certification process can be viewed and applied anywhere in the U.S. or around the globe. Every believer has something to offer. Many kids are waiting and wondering if anyone cares. The pain and dreams captivating today's adolescents makes them vulnerable to the message that comes from whoever gets there first. We want the church to win the race for the hearts and lives of Gen Z. Our culture is throwing so many confusing messages at kids every day. Isn't it time for them to hear God's side of the story? Are you up for the challenge of seeing your life make a lasting impact? Our society is returning from isolation to community, and we're excited about the future. God's taken UYC's ministry from San Diego and expanded it to Tijuana, Atlanta, Georgia, and now Columbia, South Carolina. But we're not done. There are new kids that need to find out about the life-changing relationship with Jesus that is offered to them every day. Will you help us? Your prayers, your financial investments, and your connections to relationships of caring adults can help make the difference between a young person missing out on what God has for them or experiencing life to the fullest with Jesus now and forever. Thank you. God bless you. We look forward to working together.